Today on Jones Knows, we're going to discuss how to properly clean wood and laminate flooring. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the video.
It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors.
So basic tips to cleaning a wood or a laminate floor. Of course, you want to use a product like the Bona or the Bruce or the Bona, depending on what you prefer. I mean, I obviously, in my test, I came up Bruce did a better job, but I mean, not by a ton, but I just, I like the results, so I'm going to go with Bruce. But overall, when you're cleaning a wood or a laminate floor, you want to follow common sense and some basic tips. Okay, you don't want to use water on a floor. You want to use one of these cleaners that we're discussing. There's other brands on the market as well, but you want to make sure it's a cleaner that says safe to use on laminate or engineered wood floor. There's a big misconception with a lot of products in the market that say safe to use on wood floors. They're talking about site sanded and sealed floors. So if you have a hardwood floor that was installed unfinished, the installer came in, sanded your floor down, stained it, and finished it with a clear urethane coat of finish, and the whole floor is covered in continuous finish, and you have no joints that are susceptible to moisture penetrating, then that's a different story. But if you have what most people have, traditional wood floor or laminate floor that was installed in separate pieces, and then it already came pre-finished, then you want to make sure you're using a product that says safe to use on wood, engineered wood or laminate floors, not a site sanded and sealed hardwood floor. There's a big difference. So if you have a hardwood floor that was installed and sanded and finished and clear coated in your home with 2 or 3, 4 coats of finish, you can basically mop those floors with a bucket of mop water. Most people don't have that. Most people have a floor that's put in pre-finished, like laminate. You don't finish it at all. It comes, what you see, it's actually a photograph of wood or engineered wood that comes with the finish already on it. You have seams and joints that moisture can penetrate. So therefore you don't want to use any kind of water, or no vinegar and water, no soap and water. I don't recommend anything like that. Pine Sol, Fabuloso, all of those different products, save them for tile. If you have a wood or laminate floor, you want to use products like Bona, Bruce, Method, anything that says for laminate floor. If it says laminate floor, it's going to qualify for wood as well. So that is what you're looking to use. You want to use it properly then. So always clean the way the floor is laid. Don't clean across the boards. It can eventually show wear marks, and if you get a piece of anything abrasive stuck under the mop, it'll scratch across multiple boards. So always clean the way the floor is laid. It's also going to prevent it from streaking as much or at all. Also, less is more. Don't spray a ton of cleaner on the floor. It's not going to clean as well if you don't have a lot of friction between the mop and the floor. I had a customer, getting off the subject real quick, customer years ago that loved the way the cleaner looked when she first sprayed it on. So she continued to just spray excessive amounts on the floor without wiping it down all the way, thinking that that wet look would eventually stick and stay that way if she cleaned it, if she sprayed enough of the cleaner on. What it did, it actually ruined her floor because it got it so wet and so saturated that we had cleaner actually flaking off the floor in chunks when it dried. But what happened is it got inside all the grooves and all the joints of the wood, and it actually caused it to swell. When we took the floor apart, it was saturated and soaked in floor cleaner. We had bubbles, we had peaks, we had high corners. I mean, it just ruined the floor. I think at one point she was pouring it straight out of the bottle onto the floor, thinking she could get it to stay that way, that wet look. So don't, obviously that was an extreme, obviously. I would hope no one else would do that, but I've seen it happen. And actually, unfortunately, more than once, I've had people try to do that. And one of the other questions I get all the time from my customers are, which Bona products should I purchase? Should I get the kit where you get the spray bottle mounted onto the mop with the trigger, or should I just get the basic kit with the spray bottle and the mop? And honestly, one is not better than the other. It's more or less what you want to spend on the product and what you feel more comfortable working with. You know, I'm the type of person, I like to have the bottle in my hand. I like to spray it on and wipe it down with just a regular mop, similar to what I was using in my video, but without the terry cloth towel on it. I just like the old-fashioned kind of spray bottle and mop. But a lot of my customers, they like the one with the cleaner mounted on the mop and then the trigger. Neither one is they're both equal. One is not better than the other. Just keep that in mind. One is not better than the other. It's just a matter of what you prefer working with. So then when you hear me discuss mopping a floor or mopping or cleaning a laminate floor, we're talking about with a wood or laminate floor mop, not a traditional sponge mop. We're talking about a microfiber, square microfiber style mop. Rectangle, it's not really square, rectangle microfiber style mop. We're not talking about a sponge mop where you're dipping in a bucket of water. We're talking about a mop that was made for wood or a laminate floor. If you buy the kit where it's the cleaner is mounted to the body of the mop and then you have a trigger, that's one style mop. Then you have a basic mop where it's just a rectangle head with a pull-on or Velcro on microfiber or terry cloth bottom that you use to clean the floor with. But you don't want to use any kind of foam or the ring type mop. You don't want to use any of those type mops. You just want to use a microfiber or terry cloth style rectangular shaped mop, approved and safe to use on wood and laminate floors. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to see more videos. We're going to be also reviewing a lot of products related to flooring. Plus we're going to Disney in a couple weeks again. And who knows what else we got planned. It should be a good summer.
It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.